When it comes to protecting food brands, there's two main geographically related issues that are protected designation of origin and protected geographic indication. They're similar, but there's a slight difference depending on how specific the product is to a region. So if it comes from a specific region that has specific properties like soil properties or something like that, it tends to be a protected designation of origin. If it's only partly to do with where it's from, it's protected geographic indication. So the classic example would be champagne. Most people know that to be called champagne, it has to come from the Champagne region of France, and then its Italian counterpart Prosecco. Likewise, there's 9 places in Italy that can validly call it Prosecco. Everything else is sparkling wine. In Ireland, actually, we have surprisingly few either PDOs or PGIs. There is only 7 in total, and there is 2 applications at the moment for Connemara lamb, and there's also one for Wexford blackberries. And what ones we have are probably not that well known. The best well-known Irish PDO is Imachilli Regato, which is a type of cheese, and the best known PGI is probably the Waterford Blah. But the value of a PDO or a PGI is really authenticity. So generally speaking, you have to jump through enough regulatory hoops to get it to have a value in it. So once you have it, the producers tend to be very protective of it, and they ensure that the people who are supplying within that framework have very strictly adhered to what it is that is designated. So you know what you're getting is good quality stuff, really. That's the essence of it. Apart from designation of origin and protected geographical indication, there are other ways that you can push your brand out there in a kind of brand Ireland way. And another method, particularly if you're not eligible for PDO or PGI, would be trademark law and what is called certification marks. In that area, you're thinking Guaranteed Irish or Love Irish Food. And all this really is a tightly controlled trademark that a trade association licenses on specific grounds. And again, it can help establish brand value and authenticity, and that you know it's coming from a reliable source. The process for getting PDO or PGI really starts with a conversation with ourselves here at Le Mans. We need to find out what you're doing, what you want to achieve, and what it is that is specific to your product that could be capable of protection. Whether that's the PDO or PGI, or if not, whether it's something we could look at in terms of a certification mark. So an initial conversation, some exploratory work, and then you're really looking at drafting up the proposals to the relevant department in the case of PDO or PGI, or a trademark application in the case of a certification mark. After that, it could be 3 to 6 months and an opposition period, depending on consultations and things like that with the various departments. But obviously, the sooner you start, the sooner you can have this certification, and the sooner you can go to market with something that has a real brand value. It's something I don't know that enough artisan and small niche producers are aware that they could look into. And once you have it, the scope for protecting it further and building that brand on an export basis is huge.